Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. I am so delighted and happy to have you here watching this love wisdom video from my channel and for taking the time to watch. And I thank you so much for your comments and your shares with this video. So in this love wisdom message video that I wish to share as intuitively guided, it's titled You are a spark of light, and it all starts with your own self-love. So, just as introduction, I am Monica Bermudez, and I am a self-love intuitive energy healer, and I wish to share this message with you in the hopes that it will inspire and motivate you and uplift you, as well as provide some form of healing and any situation you may find yourself into, whether that be a heartbreak or having some issues with your own heart or any type of fear that may be coming up. So today is Sunday, December 13th of 2020, and we are actually in the vortex of the energy of the new moon total solar eclipse energy for the month of December. And boy, is it a huge month of many energies coming together and portals that are opening, all for them to just upgrade us as part of this big push into the ascension, into the new age that we are stepping into. And on December 21st of 2020 will be a huge portal that is actually already open. And on that day will be a greater amount of influx of light that will be streaming into the earth. So definitely a good time to be meditating, tuning in, and going within your own self and really tapping into the energy of your own source. So that's why this message is very perfect and timing for it to be shared with the great amount of light that is entering now into the planet, as is pushing us to be able to ascend to even greater heights and greater activations, which is all what's happening in this month. And if anything, what 2020, reviewing this whole year, leaving the year with a huge bang of energies and stepping into this new year that we're stepping into, the 2021, and stepping into a whole new age, which is the age of Aquarius, which lasts, many, many years. And we are definitely living in a time where the abnormal has become normal. So it's almost like us, as light workers and star seeds are now becoming the normal place in this planet, whereas before it was, considered to be abnormal. But now we are redefining ourselves to be our own unique selves in our own normal way of being. So stepping into this new earth that we are building together, and that we are building ourselves individually to be able to break free from old patterns and lessons, that we're learning from those traumas and heartbreaks that we may have had in the past. And heartbreaks being in romantic relationships or other forms of heartbreaks. So this is a time to really let go of those limiting patterns within us. So that's where the energy is offering this huge support for us as we're stepping forward. So now jumping into the message, sad to share that bit of message there with you to get you prepared as to what's happening energetically and astrologically in December, which there's so many planets that are in conjunction. There's some big planets like Jupiter and Saturn, which are major planets of life purpose and much more, coming together to help us jump into this new age, into this new year that we're stepping into, in our new selves that we are building ourselves to be. So I will also share some steps to help you with your own sparkle, to keep your own sparkle of light, especially in these times that we find ourselves in. So first, let me ask you a question. Who remembers their first love? And you could just think about this, write it down if you want to journal it and ask yourself the question. And now asking the question, who remembers their first heartbreak? And you could think about this as well and reflect on it. So if you are writing down a person or a situation that caused some form of, that is your first love or is your first heartbreak, then I'm going to shift your perception a little bit and now look at it from this angle. Actually, your first love is really yourself, and your first heartbreak is yourself. It's one of those things that I learned when I had my triggering moment after the divorce, where I ended up going within and doing a lot of inner work on myself, a lot of reflection time and meditation, that I realized how much I had been hurting myself, more so than anybody else on the outside. I was really my own heartbreak. So what does that mean, really? What do I mean by that? So we spend most of our time self-criticizing ourselves or self-judging ourselves to the point that we belittle ourselves. It's all going back to this whole self-image and self-worth type thing. And at times when things get tough, situations, really tough, or something goes wrong, we tend to blame ourselves or beat ourselves up for something not going right. And we say that we're at fault for something that, or making or choosing or some situation, regretting, that situation, or regretting being with that person, regretting ever getting married, or regretting ever being in that relationship. And it's a blame on the self. But that's really where I wish for you to focus on and become aware of. What are you telling yourself? What stories are you telling yourself that are running through your mind? And these may be subconscious level. You may not even be aware of. But try to think, though, what patterns in you are constantly, automatically running and just telling you a different story. Is it telling you that you can't, that you're at fault, that you're to blame? Or is it telling you something else? So yeah, in ways, there are so many things around us also that have an influence on us, such as certain people that we may find ourselves with, or certain media that we may be paying attention to, and certain movies that portray an image to be of a certain way, telling us that we must look and act in a certain way, when in essence, everything that you need is already inside of you. Your true source of power has always been inside of you. And you yourself can create this new reality. And the minute that you become aware of those stories and those patterns in you, then you have that driving force in you to be able to shift the reality, to be in alignment with your own light. And of course, we're human, and as humans, we live in this world of polarity. But it's now to step away from this polarity. And it's time to look at it in a balancing point within our heart. Because that is where it all starts, is within our own heart, our own self-love. So pay attention to what it is that you're feeding yourself, your mind, body, and heart. And let your heart be your own guide in the things that you do. be on the path of light and sparkle your own light. And as such, I now wish to share 3 sacred keys to help you maintain your sparkle, or to start to get your own sparkles of light. Number 1, let go of unhealthy habits. So this means unhealthy thoughts of patterns, unhealthy emotions, or unhealthy way of eating. It's many layers of letting go. So let go of any form of fear or worry that you may be feeling. Let go of any form of victimhood, of feeling this energy of being a victim. And step into your own creative force of energy, because that's really what you are. And I'm simply reminding you of that. So let go of any limiting beliefs that you may have, perceptions. So there is a form of detachment from belief systems, perceptions, and way of thinking based on your own experience, your own culture, or your own upbringing, with how you grew up. So do pay attention to those things that are unhealthy to you, that have been holding you back from stepping forward. And it's time now to attach to the light within your own heart, the light of your own love. So it leads us to number 2, reflect as much time as you can on your own, digging into anything you need to become aware of, the things that you like, the things you don't like. What things in your life trigger you, situations, events, or even people, and just pay attention to why that makes you triggered. Is there something within your own pattern that needs to be changed, transformed into joy, into love? So reflect on many things. And definitely though, as we are ending this year of 2020, it is really a month of reflection as well. As we reflect this whole year and everything and all the events that went on, with all the changes and major changes that has become isn't normal anymore. And we certainly can't go back to the way things were. We're definitely living in a different world. But we make the most of what we have now, and we adapt to those changes. And do the best you can as a human living here on this earth, expanding and growing. And that's what reflection time also helps with, to help you expand your mind, your heart, and every aspect of you. That is one of the things that I did when I had my most intense heartbreak from my divorce, that led me into the dark night of the soul. And I spend most of my time in reflection time, looking past at all my romantic relationships, realizing then of all the toxic relationships that I was. But I realized that most of it was also self-inflicted on myself. How much I was also mistreating myself. So that's when I did take huge action to really change those patterns, layer by layer, as they would arise. And that is how you also start to activate your own inner self-love. And number 3, now we are entering into an age where you don't have to do this alone anymore. So join a community of those who support and embrace who you are, your authentic uniqueness of who you are. This new age of Aquarius is all about community. It's about us coming together and being together, working together, moving forward together, ascending together. And that is the way it was in ancient times. It had just been lost in separation, competition, and division. But now that the frequencies of the earth have increasing or are increasing even more, our vibration is increasing as well. And now we are craving this whole thing of being together. And in a way, though, with us being so social distanced this year of 2020, where we don't have human contact, it makes us even crave it even more to be together. Because together we are much stronger. We are powerful individually, but when we come together, that power is even stronger. Our creation energy becomes stronger. We help each other uplift each other. So if one falls in a battle, then we help that one get up and keep moving forward. No matter how challenging or tough situation may become, there's always hope, there's always trust, and there's always faith. Because the universe, your guides, got you. They are with you. And they are with you now. And they wish to share this message with you to remind you that they are here and they are now. They are in the present. So you make the most of the things that are presented to you, the opportunities that you have before you. Focus on that rather than focusing on the past hurts. And yes, they are painful. Of course, it's okay if you're feeling the pain, but don't dwell on it. Don't let it consume you to the point that you become it, because you are light and you are love. You are a sparkle of light. And these are words of encouragement for you and motivation. Follow your heart. It is a guiding force of energy. There's a lot more to the heart than people realize. But if you're feeling really difficult to open your heart due to some heartbreak or due to many heartbreaks, please reach out to me. I offer a complimentary Sacred Heart Awakenings breakthrough session for members of my group, for those who watch my channel, because you're a part of my soul tribe. And I specialize in assisting with energy, heart repair, heart opening, and activation using my own unique light language and energy, other forms of energy. So I would love to discuss with you your pain points and where you are, what you want to achieve, to offer you a way and a roadmap of a more expanded heart of love and joy, because you deserve to be love and you deserve to be joy. And that is the way we are meant to live in this new earth. So it is my pleasure and my joy. And everything I do is in service of God. Now, I'm not associating to any religion in particular or any organization. This is purely coming from our own uniqueness, my own transformational experience. As I share with you some of these love wisdom messages in my video, in the hopes that it will uplift, motivate, and inspire you. The heart itself is an intuitive instrument, as many scientists are now finding how the neurons are so similar to the neurons in the brain. So you could say that the heart is its own mini brain. And it does have its own wisdom, its own intelligence. So it is a guiding force. It is the force of the God within your own heart. It is that source connection. And it's not just the physical heart that we're talking about. This goes beyond that, into the chakra heart area, into the soul heart, the heart of the soul, which connects to the whole universal heart, the heartbeat of the universe. And our sacred heart is also the passion of the Christ consciousness. It is the Christ consciousness that we carry within us. We are our own mini Christ. We are our own mini Christ consciousness. And that is the energy that we're stepping into in this new age. So it is time to embrace that. It is time for you to remember. And it is time for you to reconnect to it. And so, as such, just know how much your guides love you and are supporting you on your journey. And you carry your own uniqueness in you because of your own God source power within you and your own personal experience as well. So now I wish to, before I end, share a quote from Bruce Lee. For those who don't know, Bruce Lee was a master kung fu martial artist. He was really well known for his martial arts, but he also wrote some inspiring life lessons and philosophical quotes. And this is one of them, which relates to the message in this video. Always be yourself, express yourself, have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and duplicate it. So embrace the uniqueness in you. Embrace who you are. Accept that person of who you are. This also is part of your own self-worth. Which leads us into the next quote from Beyonce. Those who know, she's a very famous singer. And I do love this quote by her. Your self-worth is determined by you. You don't have to depend on someone to tell you who you are. And those are very true words of wisdom. Self-worth starts within you. And self-worth is an aspect of your self-love. So I wish to hear, or would love to hear your comments. So I look forward to connecting with you. Thank you so much for sharing this video and inspiring others. Thank you for your comments and thank you for subscribing to my channel. I look forward to connecting with you in the next video. Sending you so much love. Take care.